Paultons Park has grown to become the best family theme park anywhere in the UK, offering a wide variety of family attractions, from family thrill roller coasters through to a wide variety of flat rides. There really is something at Paultons Park for everyone. A huge turning point in their history was in 2011 and the opening of Peppa Pig World, a huge family area all based on Peppa Pig with lots of different rides, play equipment, meet and greets and so much more. And this really was a point that put Paultons Park on the map, with families wanting to travel from all around to experience Peppa Pig World. In the years following that, they have installed so many new rides and roller coasters and themed areas, and that really was the point in their history that changed so much to a very different looking park now in 2026 and a huge new area currently under construction. I won't be including the rides in this area on my list, other than one that's been rethemed anyway, but there is two new rides coming in. You've got the Wild Swing and also Drakon, the Gerstar Eurofighter, that does look incredible and will be opening in 2026. As them two rides are not yet operating, we haven't experienced them yet, so we don't know what they're going to be like. Yeah, we will be updating this list at some point in the future when I next do one of these. But here we go. Let's get started with our top 10 favourite rides at Paultons Park. In 10th place, it is Farmyard Flyer. This is a really good fun little zero force family coaster. It opened in 2022 as an expansion to Tornado Springs. Now already this area was brilliant, having Storm Chaser and lots of other rides all interacting with each other, but they wanted to add a new family coaster in this area as well, and also one that's pretty close to Peppa Pig World. Now bear in mind, Peppa doesn't actually have a roller coaster in that area, so I think the fact they put this in the area next door certainly worked out really well. Now the ride is a 2-lap special as well, which always sits well with me, and yeah, it's just a good fun family ride. The theming at Paultons Park is something that really sets it apart from other parks here in the UK. It's done very much more on a European park level, if that makes sense. If you've seen our vlogs from lots of different parks in mainland Europe, I'm always saying that, you know, they do the theming a lot better than we do in the UK. Paultons Park is an exception to that. It's very much done to that style. A big part of it is the fact it's a family-owned park, and the family are so passionate about the park and all the different expansions and new rides that they put in, and we're really seeing that with the new area that I cannot wait to explore when it opens in May. A Farmyard Flyer looks the part. It's got a little runway underneath, it's got an aircraft down there, it's got the spinning propeller on it as well, and it's just an enjoyable ride. The fact you get 2 laps on there as well. It might not be a huge family coaster, but it was never intended to be. It was just a nice fun ride that fits in beautifully in Tornado Springs. In 9th place, we've got a tracked ride with a dark ride scene. It's the Dinosaur Torco. This is located in their dinosaur area, the Lost Kingdom. This opened in 2016. And what I love with this ride is the planting and landscaping around and just the overall thematic experience that you get on this. You step there into your little Jeep, you start on your adventure, you've got dinosaur animatronics around, you get some good views of Splash Lagoon, the water ride that opened there as well, and then you make your way around into a dark ride scene, which is nicely done. You've got all the rock work and building around it, and then you've got like a bit of a jump scare in there. A dinosaur comes towards you and sprays you with a bit of water, so that's good fun. After that, there's some more animatronics and you make your way back to the loading area, but it's the planting that really sets this apart. You wouldn't think you're in the UK. You actually feel like you're in the middle of like some tropical rainforest or something, or big like palm trees and planting round. That's something that Paultons do a really good job of, is the presentation and planting around the rides. So yeah, this certainly makes it on the Dinosaur Torco. Into 8th place then now, we've got The Edge. Now this is a Zamperla Disco that opened in 2009, and they're just really enjoyable rides, aren't they, Zamperla Discos? Not too thrilling, not too fast, but just enjoyable family rides. Sitting on the big disc itself, and then it makes its way up over the camelback in the middle, and then you've got the 2 different sides where it'll spin round and you get some good intensity. There's quite a few different Zamperla Discos here in the UK. They're very common at theme parks in Europe and all around the world, but no, I do enjoy The Edge. Going to be interesting to see what happens to it in the future, because it's not going to be part of Valgard, the Vikings area, even though it kind of sits behind what used to be Cobra and is now going to be Raven, the Gerstar bobsled. So it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with it. I know a lot of people enjoy The Edge, so will they relocate somewhere else, or you know, will it get rethemed eventually? Who knows? But there's plans for like a holiday village behind that area, so maybe that's why it needs to go or get removed or move somewhere else in the park. I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's still there at the moment, still be operating, and that is of course Edge. Right then, into 7th place now, and we've got a water ride. This is Splash Lagoon. Once again, located in the dinosaur-themed area of the Lost Kingdom. This is an ABC Rides junior log flume that only opened in 2024, so it's only a couple of years old. It's got a double drop on there, which is good fun. But again, it's the theming that makes this. The planting around it, the water effect. It's got like all the little fountains over it. There's like a watchtower that's part of this area as well. And the boats are really cute as well and nicely decorated, which does make it. It's got a good soundtrack and yeah, just the overall vibes of this area. The whole vibes of Paultons Park are lovely and so many family attractions. This is certainly a step up from their previous log flume that they had, which was just a generic kind of travelling flume ride that has now left the park. I do think at some point we're going to see like a much bigger water ride come in, maybe next year in 2027. There's certainly hints towards maybe a Mack water coaster coming in. So if there is, then it's perfect because you've got the small little flume, which is Splash Lagoon, and then you have the bigger water coaster as well. Because obviously it's not got as big a drops and things as the old water rides they used to have, the Raging River that's been removed. But it's a good addition to the park and it's themed in really nice as well. It replaced a little flat ride called Temple Heights, and this is a much better addition to the park in my opinion. Right then, into 6th place now, we've got another coaster, and it is Velociraptor. Not Velocicoaster, that's a different part, but yeah, we've got Velociraptor, Vekoma Family Boomerang that opened in 2016. So yeah, I can't believe it, Lost Kingdom, 10 years old this year, now we're in 2026. It's 65 foot tall, very much a standard layout on this, as you know, quite a few of the rides are that you can get from Vekoma and other manufacturers, but it's how it's themed, it's how it's decorated, nice entrance, animatronics and things around the queue line. Again, lots of tropical planting, and then the ride itself is nice. You've got the station building itself, all the wooden effect on. You head up the lift hill backwards and you get some great views looking out over Lost Kingdom. You're going to see Valgard from up there, so I'm excited to see how that looks from on there this year. And also, you're going to get some great views of whatever that 2027 project's going to be for next year, looking out over that because of where the lift hill is positioned looking towards it. You build some good speed through the station, and then up into the double up spike before coming back through the layout backwards, a little bit up the lift hill again, and then coming to a stop in the station. Yeah, good fun ride for the family boomerangs. Vekoma have done very well out of them. They've sold so many over the years, haven't they? Right then, we're down into 5th place then now, and this is the only dark ride at the park. It is Ghostly Manor. This is a Mack Rides gameplay theatre that opened last year in 2025. Still the newest attraction at the park until Valgard opens this year. But you know what? They did a really good job with this. The building itself already existed as a 4D cinema. And what they thought is, what can we fit inside there without spending a fortune on a massive new show building? The area was quite tight anyway. You've got back of house areas behind it. The entrance is off to the side. Over to the left of it, you got Tornado Springs. So they didn't really have room to put anything massive in there. So they went with the Mack Rides Gameplay Theatre. Only the second one to be built. The first one at Europa Park. But I tell you what, this one is so much better. It's still screen-based, but you've got a lot of theming and things around as well. What I love with this, you got like all the plants in there, which are really cool. The scenes feel like they come alive as you're making your way around. You've got your gun, which you're shooting with, which is really cool. But as you're spinning round and going into the different scenes, it feels like you're on a much bigger ride than you actually are. How the Mack Rides Gameplay Theatre works is you've got this big disc, if you imagine it, a bit like a teacup, so to speak, but it's a controlled spin because each vehicle has got riders on each side, which can spin as well. So as you're playing the game on one side, there's someone behind you in a completely different scene playing the game as well. So from a throughput point of view, it's very cool how it works. Paultons did an excellent job of the theming on this and the scenery. It really builds up from the exterior, looking at the manor itself, and then going through the queue line where there's so much to see, all like the pipes and different things to look at, which I do really like. They made it a full experience, and that's the thing, as much as the ride is actually a very small show building, it doesn't feel like it. It's got a good ride time when you're actually on Ghostly Manor. It's got a good soundtrack as well, and just overall it's a brilliant experience, good family ride. Right then, into 4th place then now, and it is another roller coaster. It is Flight of the Pterosaur. 10 years old now, it opened in 2016, again in the Lost Kingdom themed area, and this is a Vekoma family suspended coaster. Now, what I do love about the areas at Paultons is they pack them full of rides. It's like Lost Kingdom, it's got 3 roller coasters in there. You got the little Dino Chase coaster as well, of course, Velociraptor that I mentioned earlier on. So yeah, I just think it's nice how they pack the areas full of coasters, flat rides, you've got a water ride in here. What a well-rounded area. They certainly think about that when they're designing their themed areas, which I think is excellent. Flight of the Pterosaur has got a top speed of 34 miles per hour. The ride starts off with the lift hill with some good views, looking out over the area. You drop down to the left, and then you got like a few little drops and turnarounds. And then you got a couple of big turnaround sections that is actually over where the dinosaur Torco is, so you can look down and wave at the people on there. You see Splash Lagoon, other parts of the park around there as well. And yeah, it's nice because it slows down at that point. It's just quite scenic. You get to see all the views around before then making your way around into a very intense final helix before the station. I love that helix. It's crazy just how much speed and how intense that actually is. What makes the ride as well is it's very smooth, and I love how with this as well they've saved space on brakes. The brakes are actually in the station itself, so it hasn't got like a big long brake run. You come out of that helix and then you brake in the station, which gives you some good acceleration as you're making your way in there at the end. Again, it's just a good, fun, enjoyable coaster, very smooth. Lap bar restraints from Vekoma are very nice on here as well. No vests or anything like that, just a simple lap bar. It's got no sides really on the trains either, so you really get some good views. It's kind of like you're floating around as you're making your way around on this family suspended coaster. Flight of the Pterosaur definitely had to be in the list in 4th place. Right then, into 3rd place then now, and it is Raven. Previously known as Cobra, this is a Gerstar bobsled coaster that opened in 2006. Now the ride is currently undergoing a huge retheme into Raven and will be part of the Vikings themed area Valgard. I am so happy that finally after all these years this back part of Paultons Park is getting themed and changed into a new themed area. Been saying for a long time I'd love to see it happen. It was the one part of the park that's kind of stuck out now compared to the rest of it, so I'm so pleased they decided to make that decision and theme it all up. And I think going for a Vikings theme as well is really good. As much as we've got a few Vikings areas and rides around in the UK, this is Paultons' take on it, and I'm sure it will be the most immersive out of them all, so I'm very excited for that to open in May this year. But yeah, previously known as Cobra, so we'll base it kind of off that experience. The ride isn't changing the layout or anything like that, it's just having some new theming which will enhance it even more. It might even go higher up my list, you never know, with the new theming that they're putting in around this ride. But yeah, it's got various different drops and helixes, and it's so fun as you come off the top. It's quite a steep drop actually down to the right hand side, big turnaround and helixes, and then you gradually, you know, making your way lower and lower on this ride, and actually the last parts of the ride are dug into the ground quite a bit. You got a little tunnel that you go through. It's like a shed. I hope that stays, but maybe it will get themed up a bit more. You drop down through the shed, which is cool, into a final helix at the end of the ride as well. But what I love about this, the Gerstar bobsled coasters, the train design is so good because you know you're really close to the track, you're really low down on these, only a simple lap bar that comes down as well, so it's great because you're making your way around this ride, you feel so close to the track, and that adds to the thrill and exhilaration of this ride in my opinion. So excited to get back on Cobra as it's rethemed into Raven, and we'll see what it's going to be like with its interactions that it's going to have with Drakon, the Gerstar Eurofighter that is going to run around next to it as well. Into 2nd place then now in my top 10 rides at Paultons Park, and it is Cyclinator. Now this is Zamperla Discovery that opened with the area in 2021, and it is a frisbee ride. Has got over the shoulder restraints that do get quite tight on this. However, the ride experience is brilliant. The length of the cycle that Paultons run this on is really good. You get a good solid cycle, only about 2.5 minutes, something like that, which is great. Sometimes these pendulum frisbee rides, the cycle's way too short, isn't it? And you get to the end and you just want that bit more. You think, oh, you know, I wish that it would swing for a little bit more. I get that all the time on like Rush at Thorpe Park. Great ride, but you know, I just want that bit more swing. With this, you feel like when it gets to the end, you've had a good long swing on it. And also the location is great. It's in Tornado Springs, kind of, you know, in the center of the area when you're walking in. So you get them kinetics with it coming out over the pathway. You go over Farmyard Flyer, which I mentioned earlier on, just behind it. So it's really nice. It's very comfortable. Even though it has got the tighter restraints, still very comfortable. It kind of pushes you up into them. And yeah, you get some really good G-forces as you're swinging back and forwards on this Zamperla Discovery frisbee ride. It's also got some cool bits of theming round in the queue line, and the look of it as well is great. Like all 4 different supports that are holding up the structure have got some good theming elements on there as well. Okay then, to my number 1 ride at Paultons Park. It is a roller coaster and it's still in Tornado Springs. That's the thing, all these areas are packed full of rides. It is the Mack Ride spinning coaster Storm Chaser. Again, opening with the area in 2021. It's got a 41-foot drop and a top speed of 36 miles per hour. This ride can run really intense. You can get spinning like crazy, especially if it's weighted rides. That's the thing with these. It is free spinning. It's not a controlled spin. So it all goes on the weight distribution. The weather makes makes a big difference. And yeah, especially towards the end, like it is very intense. I've almost grayed out on this, like coming around the bottom corner. It's crazy really, like for a spinning coaster, you can really get going. And if you're on the certain angle, it's not always about the spin. It's like sometimes it'll stop spinning and put you in a bit of an awkward position. But then because of where the ride is, yeah, you get some really good forces. Very, very intense ride. And again, the look of it is excellent. I think with all of these rides, I spoke about the theming, other than maybe the edge, you know, but yeah, like with this part, there's just so much scenery around the rides. It's definitely the best themed part that we've got here in the UK, and that really makes it, in my opinion. But yeah, Storm Chaser, all the rock work around it, the station's gorgeous, the queue line's great, it's got a fantastic soundtrack. When I review rides, that all comes into it for me. It's not just about the ride itself, it's the overall package, the overall experience that I always love talking about. And yeah, that's why I like to, you know, like my theme parks. I've always said I'm a theme park enthusiast, not just a roller coaster enthusiast. I like the full package. But yeah, Storm Chaser, excellent ride, very intense. Love how it comes out over the area as well. And yeah, makes its way into the brake run still with quite some speed. Very forceful coaster. But there we go. That's my top 10 rides at Paultons Park. I'd love to know yours down below in the video comments. How much does it vary to my list? And bear in mind, this is before the opening of Valgard and the new themed area. We've got Drakon to look forward to, the Vald Swing in there as well, and a new ride for next year as well. Hopefully it's going to be a water coaster. It'll be great if it is, won't it? It'll fit in so well with the lineup at Paultons. But there we go. If you have enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Your help and support really does help up the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Subscribe and turn them notifications on if you haven't already for more countdown videos and also lots more exciting content as well. But that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.